All right, ask away.
Okay, I'm with Peter V, who's successfully won the state championships this year. Tell us what your thoughts are of the series.
Ask a different question.
Okay.
Don't put that on the thing either.
I won't. And Hugh beat you a couple of times. So what happened there? What is he? Did he outmaneuver you, or?
Last two races. Race yesterday, I wasn't pushing. I didn't want to push. I only needed a top 4 place, and that's all I was after. So I didn't push the start. I didn't push anything. I just went for the win a day early, which was nice to do. And today we're out there for a good time. So we just went out. Didn't push the boat as hard as we normally would have, I suppose. Sorry, Hugh, didn't mean to say that to you. And I suppose towards the end of that beat, I would have preferred to have had a slightly fuller headsail on, but I put on my light air headsail for that one, so I suffered a bit uphill as the pressure came in.
And what's St George's? What's the club been like to race at? Do you think they've run a good series here?
George's River officials have done a brilliant job. Every line was consistently equal. The courses were perfect. I haven't had courses that perfect in a very, very long time actually. And given today the breeze was shifting around a lot, it still says a lot that they still got the course in the right spot. So I'm very impressed with the guys that ran this regatta.
There was obviously a big difference between the leaders and the back end of the fleet. What advice can you give to some of the back markers?
Quite a few years ago, Rowan, me and the Wisemans all sailed hard against each other and communicated a lot and just pushed and pushed and pushed. So it's going to, for that next step to catch up to us three, someone at some club is going to have to get together with someone else and just push. And if you've got a couple or 3 or 4 people at a club pushing, they'll speed each other up and that'll bridge that gap and maybe even make us go faster, which would be nice.
And are you happy with your boat and the sails and the rig and everything?
Yeah, I'm over the moon with everything the way it is at the moment. I can't complain. Like 4 wins and 6 heats, and whatever we did at the Nationals, got it, half of those as wins as well. So very happy with all the gear. Just
for people that don't know, just tell us what you're running.
I run a homemade boat with homemade foils. The boat is out of the Moon Dance mould. All I've done is shuffle the rig back and the centreboard back even further than before. The mast is really old school. It's a flight spar with a Dico tip in it. The boom's just the lightest, cheapest carbon boom I could get, which came from Croker, which has actually been the best boom I've ever had. And the sails at the moment are Barracuda. And Neil's been really good with me, and I think they're starting to show in the results, so that's nice.
What's your thoughts about some of the other types of boats, like the Aero 12 and the Tigers?
I can't comment on the Aero 12 because I've never sailed one, and I refuse to make comments on boats I don't know anything about. Given that the Tiger was originally a boat that's the same as my Smashing Pumpkin, to me that's a great all-round boat. That's the boat to have. If you're buying a boat, that's the boat. This has got very little wrong with it. It's really easy to sail, it's really easy to make go quick, and it's a really fun boat because it just sits so high out of the water when it's reaching.
No worries. Thanks very much for your time, Pete.
No worries.